I found a new antique mall to go and explore. I was on Facebook and they were suggesting this place, and I thought, where is that at? I've never heard of it before. I've subscribed to other antique malls, which is why it probably suggested it to me. And it turns out it's only half an hour from my house. It's called Motor City Antiques, which is appropriate seeing how it's outside of Detroit, and Michigan is all known for all the auto companies and Motor City and all that. So I thought, let's go and see what they have. As you can see from the outside, it's a pretty big building. I can't wait to get in there. I saw this as I was pulling in. Gotta step up over here. Isn't that fun? I'm at the first case that I really liked what I saw on the inside. Look at that purple cow condiment set. Oil and vinegar, salt and pepper, and the little cats back there. Beautiful aqua Pyrex bowl. They wanted $69 for it. I do know that this antique store does run occasional sales. Some more beautiful Pyrex pieces up here. There were lots of people milling about. As you saw, the parking lot was full, and they were also getting ready for an event that they were going to host in the evening. I had to laugh when I saw this pink elephant cocktail shaker and glasses. They had a sense of humor back in the 60s. Very mid-century modern. This is a whole case of spaghetti dog figurines. And there you see me in the background. There's some pink ones in there. As you can see, as I look down the aisle, there are lots and lots of booths, and they are stuffed full. There is so much to look at. There's things on the walls, hanging down from the ceilings. I'm going to do my best to show you around. As I came across cutie pies like this dog, or interesting items or vintage items that I think you might enjoy, I will show them to you. They also had a salvage area. Look at all those jadeite pieces. So much to look at in here. It says 20% off on that sign. I think the whole antique mall was having a sale except for items that were marked firm. But I think even the booth owners could say it includes those as well. I liked how some of the displays were all grouped together. These were all Jim Shore pieces. Now I'm going to keep an eye out for Disney and Halloween and some other themed items that are Jim Shore. I didn't realize he made so many different types of items. Now, this booth had every square inch of it full of vintage items of all sorts, mostly glassware. Trying to give you some pictures here. This is just the front of it. You can actually walk into, and there's cases in the back. Let me do a close-up of the case here in the front. You can see some paperweights in there, some figurines. I see some owls, jadeite, Of course, lots of Christmas items. The whole mall was full of Christmas items. Here is a close-up of the paperweights and the prices. This is as I'm starting to walk into the back side of this booth. I think I could have filmed my entire video just in this one area. I just kept thinking how much Jocelyn from the Crazy Lamp Lady would enjoy this booth. The one case was full of vintage Halloween. And then we'll get to the second case in a bit. I'm trying to give you a close-up of what's inside of this one. Just so much incredible vintage Halloween. Oh my goodness, look at him. And looking at all of the prices, there was nothing so far that I could pick up to flip for a profit. Today, I was mostly just coming to see it. It gives me inspiration for my own booth. And also, I learn a lot about what to pick up, what has value. So I'm zoomed in on this little mini fairy light. It's made by Ellie Smith, and there was multiples of these in the case. They wanted $165.99 for it. I think sometimes we get too used to eBay prices, but in other markets, these vintage items sell for a lot more. So I didn't know that these existed. Valentine's Day hearts, the popcorn ones like we always see for like Christmas and Halloween. Here is a beautiful red owl fairy light. Okay, so now let's go through the Christmas case. I'm going to try to go a little bit slower so you can see all of these beautiful vintage Christmas decor items, all kinds of figurines, all sorts of Christmas trees, deer, elves, Santas, and there's a caroler there. That was just one shelf in this case. Here is the other 3 shelves. It would take me so long to film this all for you. Here's just a shorter version. This booth owner actually has another case of glassware back there. Unfortunately, I need to move on. I want to see more of the antique mall. I am double booked and I have to get home in time for another event. I have to keep remembering to look up high by the ceiling. Here's a whole bunch of old chip cans. I thought this was interesting, an old Altoid chewing gum dispenser. These were so adorable, little blow molds all lined up in a row. There's a few more of those. They were all in excellent condition. Is that Cindy Lou Who? Just adorable in her pink dress. She was priced at $125.55. Somehow I don't think Baby Yoda is vintage. But I love Baby Yoda and he looks good dressed up as Santa. Here's a collection of vintage frogs all hanging out together. There was an employee who kept walking up and down the aisles trying to figure out what I was doing. I guess they're not used to people coming in and filming and taking pictures. If he would have stopped and asked, I would have told him I was a YouTube vlogger. This case was full of beautiful vases and baskets of all different colors. This sign said that this is a Fenton Burmes basket that was signed by several Fenton family members. They were asking $225 for it, and I tried to get a picture of the signatures, but I could not. There was also giant signs hanging down from the ceiling, and ironically, my mom actually drove a Valiant. A couple of wise men and a camel were up there too. Old vintage suitcases and coolers. And I'm not sure if it's Donna or Blitzen, but there was a couple of stuffed reindeer flying somewhere. Back in this area was lots and lots of mantiques. And as I turned the corner, I was not expecting to see a full-size car in here. How awesome is that? It's a Bonneville. And here's another treat, a case full of Glowy Things. At the one end, we have the purple Glowy Things. And at the other, we have the green Glowy Things. Oh, look how adorable these cute dog figurines are. I just love them. Look at this cute little couple sitting on the bench. These were all beautiful head vases. Just stunning. Here is another case just full of vintage glassware. You could spend many hours walking around this mall. There is definitely something for everyone here. There was so many booths that I didn't film for this particular video, so there was just so much more to see. The Motor City Antiques is located in Flat Rock, Michigan on Telegraph Road. As I mentioned earlier in the video that I was double booked and had to leave, my friends and I were heading to Noel night in downtown Detroit. This is a picture of the Detroit Institute of Arts Museum.